Hi there, I'm Kara Judge, Program Coordinator of the Broadcast Radio Program at Conestoga College. Thank you for your interest in the program. What I'd like to do is show you why I'm here, how I got started in the industry, and how you can have fun like I did. So, if you look at this, these are the logos. It's my resume in logo form, and they are all relevant to the time that I was there. K104 is where I got my start, and I landed that job after doing my field placement there. We'll talk more about that a little later because we do have that opportunity at Conestoga College. So, K104, morning writer, and I would do the news at 11 and 12. It was a great first gig. It was full time. I learned a lot. And then I was ready to move on and do afternoon news and co-hosting at CKSY FM 95 in Chatham. Don't ever give up the opportunity to go to a small market station. I learned so much, made great friends too, which was a bonus. And I really just developed. And I was able to move on to a morning job, which is something that is really good in radio. So I went down the highway, Country 96, the spirit of Kingston is where I landed. And just know, even if country isn't your thing, when you are in radio, you are so busy and you're doing a lot of things and you're connecting with listeners that if the music isn't your favorite, it really doesn't matter. So there I was for 2 years at Country 96. And I knew I wanted to come back to Southern Ontario, Southwestern Ontario. So I took the chance and I came back and I got a part-time job at a station called Cool FM. If you're familiar with Waterloo Region, you're familiar with Cool FM. It is now Virgin, but at the time it was Cool FM. So I was the yes person. I did everything. I was reporting, I was filling in. And when a full-time job opened up, it was at a station called The Zone at 92.9, which existed in Cambridge. It's now morphed into what you would know as Dave Rocks. I was doing morning news and co-hosting. It was a lot of fun. And again, it was great experience for my resume. I had a really great relationship with my boss at the time and the company's Chorus Entertainment, and they wanted to give me another opportunity, which was to become a talk show host. So it was a great line on my resume. I had never done it. I wanted to try it. So off to Oshawa I went, AM 1350, News Talk Sports, and I did a talk show in the afternoon. Now, when I went there, I had just met my now husband. So I didn't stay there too long, less than a year, because I knew I wanted to come back to Waterloo Region. But this is where connections are important, and I don't want you to ever burn a bridge. What I did was called my old boss and said, any chance you have an opening? Well, he did. And I landed a job as an afternoon sports anchor on a station called the Team 1090. It was Oldies 1090, then they moved it to an all sports network for a while. And that's where I was for a year. And then they went back to Oldies 1090. So I was moved over to Cool FM, and that's where I spent most of my time, afternoon drive. I would do news and co-hosting on Cool FM, add in a wedding and a couple kids, and time flies. So I knew once I came back from having kids that I wanted to sort of jumpstart my career. I spent a little bit of time on KFUN, and I was just looking for something else. And that's when an opportunity came up with 96.7 Chime FM, 570 News, and at the time they called themselves KX96. So I went over there as morning traffic reporter, and I would do midday news on 570 News. I also decided to go back to school. I always want to keep learning. And if I can learn a new skill that helps me continue in this great industry, then I'm going to do it. So I started to become a meteorologist. Yes, that's what I was doing. I was studying, I was working full time, and I was just looking for something new. An opportunity came up with 91.5 The Beat, and at the time they called themselves Dave FM, to be the swing announcer. So a swing announcer is someone who does everything. You just say yes. If someone's sick, you go in. If someone takes vacation, you go in. I also did old school on 91.5 The Beat. I did every shift that existed, and it paid off because I landed my dream shift, which was afternoon drive on 91.5 The Beat and music director. So I did that all the while still going to school to become a meteorologist. And once I graduated and became number one in my time slot in the market, I felt like it was time for a new goal. I wanted to try something new. So I went to the Weather Network as an on-camera weather presenter, meteorologist. And what I realized when I went there is that my heart really is in radio. And it's okay. It's always better an oops than a what if. And then this job opened up, which was fabulous because I could come and I could share all my experiences, and I could also still play radio. So here I am. And yes, I am still on air. I am on KFUN 99.5. I do a specialty show called CD Sunday, which, along with my mentor, built from the ground up, including selecting every single song. And I also do weekends on Virgin. So 10 to 4 Saturday and 10 to 4 on Sunday. You can hear me. And I'm not the only one that will be teaching you. We do have more faculty, including Carlos Benavides. And if you've spent time in Waterloo Region, you are familiar with the name, you are familiar with his voice, probably mostly from the Beat Breakfast that he did with Laura Geddes at the time. He's also been on Dave Rocks, 102.1 The Edge, and Jack Up, which are the Jack stations. He does a specialty show that's all about the 80s. And Carlos will be instructing you as well. And when I say instructing you, well, what will you learn? Announcing, audio production, podcasting, news writing, reading, reporting, music programming, social media, multimedia, including video, sales, and promotions. Our goal at the end of this 2-year program is that when you walk into a job interview and they say, can you do this? You say, yes. Can you do this? Yes. Can you do this? Yes. That's our goal. We do have broadcasters teaching broadcasters. So beyond Carlos and myself, you will also have the experience of learning from Lisa Drew, who is co-anchor of the 570 Morning News, morning managing editor. Yes, she does hiring, and yes, she's hired our grads. Jessica Quackenbush is sales manager at 91.5 The Beat, Dave Rocks, Country 104, Magic 106.1, and 1460 CJoy. Her story is fabulous because she actually graduated from this program. This is CJIQ 88.3. If you have not given it a listen, please do, because you will hear students, second-year students, run this station. It is an alt-rock station. It is so much fun, and it is where you will be in second year. This is the studio. These are some of our graduates. Now, in first year, Q2, Feel Good Music, is an online streaming station where you will get all of your practice. The studio is set up exactly the same as the CJIQ studio. You can go in, you can practice with the buttons, you can practice with your voice so that when you do take over in second year, you are completely comfortable on CJIQ. I asked some of our graduates and some of our students just to give me some words to describe the program. And these are a few of what they said. Driven, inspiring, honest, current, relevant, interesting, real world prep, passion, positive life change, and loud. Yes, we are loud. It's okay. We don't apologize. We're radio. Field placement was one of the ones I wanted to mention. So you may think of it as internship or co-op, but it is 3 weeks, an opportunity for you at the end of the program to go ideally to a place you'd like to work, make that industry connection, impress them, and with luck, land your first job like I did. We also have something called the work study program, and this is for OSAP students between first year and second year. If you're an OSAP student, you can apply to actually be on CJIQ between the 2 years. It's a real live station. We have to keep it running during the summer. So what you need are on-ear, over-the-ear headphones, really great Windows PC or Mac, and of course a thumb drive to save all your work. And I know you want to know about our grads because I want to tell you about our success stories too. Laura Geddes, host of Virgin Radio, Kitchener and London. You can hear Adele Newton. She's the afternoon drive host on Chime 96.7 in Kitchener. All you sports fans out there, I know you know Mike Farwell. He's the host of the Mike Farwell Show on 570 News and also one of the voices of the Kitchener Rangers. Jessica Quackenbush, as I mentioned, sales manager for Chorus, Kitchener, Waterloo, and Guelph. Kat Callahan is on the Beat Breakfast now, 91.5 The Beat in Kitchener, and on the brother station, Dave Rocks. Jesse David is doing mornings there. Fidone is a reporter with 570 News. And we have graduates from 2019, from 2020. Brent, Jonathan, Jordan, Amy, Natalie are all working for Chime 96.7, Country 106.7, and 570 News. Our graduates are out there filling roles of announcing, production, promotions, news anchor, reporter, sales, play-by-play announcer. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to contact me. I am always here, and if you haven't figured it out yet, I love to talk. So we can talk. I also want to show you what the studio looks like. So this is your classroom. Welcome to CJIQ. You will know how to work all of this, from the board to the computer to all the software. We also have voice tracking booths, and it'll be so much fun. So again, if you have any questions, kjudge@conestogac.on.ca.